End of November projects on El Ludwigo Vano. So what we're doing is locking down the steering box because Heath had fabricated up some spots and pieces and parts to kind of get the steering box located. So that is, I don't know where my steering box went. Oh, there it is. So we were doing some verification that there's 3 bolts that hold it together. We were verifying that they are on the same plane, and they are. And then making sure the spacers are all the same size and getting all that sorted to kind of get that welded in. So these spacers will be flush, the bolts will go through and lock to the steering gear, which is here. It needs to stand off a little bit to articulate. In order to do that, I needed to raise the van up, so I had to go get some 6-ton jack stands instead of the little 3-tonners to get it up in the air far enough to be able to get the spring off. So now I can detach the spring, and that way we have area to weld, or room to weld. And you can see where we made, this was the old engine mount. This is the new engine mount cradle. I should say that's the old bolt, and we used one of the old bolts and made ourselves a new one for that. This allows you to see the tie rod and drag link that we made, which I just had to rig this up in this very specific way to make this work with this geometry, which puts the drag link here. I guess it gives you an idea of the level of ride height we could achieve. Like, this would be a pretty much full extension. That's if I don't modify the spring. And as I'm sitting here, I'm contemplating putting the shackles on the front and just contemplating some other stuff. But what was our biggest issue was getting the pumpkin, the differential housing, to not hit and get a good ride height. So I want it to be as low as possible. I do not want to have to strain to get a motorcycle into this van. Yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, so then it's trying to figure out, I think that's what I'm about to do, is throw on the differential. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of room from where the differential will end here to get up to this. So I might have more problem than I think, which might mean that I have to buy a Marlin crawler crawl box to lengthen my transmission, which would mean I have to remake the mount. But that's for another day.